mynews.studio.
A barrier set up in a Guatemalan river stopped plastic from reaching the sea. But that brings up a big question. What happens to 11 million kilos of plastic once it's actually removed from the water?
Today's date is 2025-08-10. Let's begin by looking at the scale of this. More than 11.5 million kilos of plastic. Actually, that's more than in all the previous years combined. Were taken from oceans and rivers by the ocean cleanup in 2024. To put that in perspective, just one river in Guatemala contributed over 120 truckloads. How did they manage to become so much more efficient?
The main reason is upgrades in their technology. Their interceptor systems, the new Barricade XL for example, and the large Interceptor 021 are built specifically for high-flow rivers, which are usually the worst for carrying debris. These floating barriers guide and trap plastic before it even reaches the sea. Over in the Pacific, their System 03 also got a big upgrade. It managed 112 extractions in just 1 year, and at the same time, it's safer for marine life.
So we have river barriers and smarter systems in the ocean. But what actually made the biggest impact? I've heard they started using AI to help.
That's right. Artificial intelligence played a big role. They use AI to plan out collection routes and schedule maintenance. This improved efficiency by more than 60%. Instead of just reacting to where plastic might build up, the system predicts where it will go and then directs the vessels and barriers exactly where they're needed. It's less waiting around and more plastic taken out, faster.
And after all this plastic is collected, what happens to it? Is everything recycled or?
Every load is tracked from the start. Once it's collected, the plastic is sorted and then either recycled or put to new use. Some of it becomes car parts. Some even ends up as music records. The idea is to create a circular economy. So instead of burning or dumping the waste, it's turned into something useful again.
That's encouraging, but technology alone can't do it all. Who's actually working on the ground, especially in areas like Guatemala where the problem's so serious?
It's definitely a team effort. The ocean cleanup works closely with local governments, for example, the Guatemalan Ministry of Environment and city officials, plus local organizations and companies. They're responsible for logistics, setting up sorting centers, and making sure everything meets local regulations. Community members also get involved in cleanup campaigns and help monitor the rivers, so it becomes a shared responsibility.
But even with all these advances, the scale of plastic pollution is overwhelming. What's holding the project back at the moment?
There are two main obstacles. First, extreme river events like sudden floods can overwhelm even the best barriers. Second, just the sheer amount of plastic worldwide is huge. Technology is improving, but the real solution is prevention. That means stronger policies, better waste management, and changing how we produce and use plastic.
So even with better cleanup technology and all these partnerships, if new plastic keeps entering our rivers and oceans, we'll always be behind. What can people or governments actually do right now?
For individuals, it's about cutting down on single-use plastics and supporting recycling efforts. Governments can invest in waste infrastructure, enforce rules, and support education campaigns. The example in Guatemala shows that when everyone works together, the results really add up.
So this isn't just about clearing up messes. The real challenge is rethinking how plastic fits into our lives and economies.
Exactly. The ocean cleanup's record year shows what's possible, but it's also a reminder that if we don't address where the plastic comes from, we'll always be trying to catch up.
That sums it up. Thanks for explaining all this so clearly. We've got river barriers, ocean systems, AI, recycling, and, most importantly, prevention.
And the importance of global cooperation. This is a problem that needs everyone involved. Thanks for being part of the discussion.
Thank you for listening. This episode is brought to you by mynews.studio. You can try it now free of charge.